Under the sun, the fields are alive. Cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. First pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the Hardee. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zone to go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, real night band.
All right, it is time for another edition of the Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz here, and it is International Face Your Fears Day. Oh, boy. Yeah.
I think we faced our fears in that first show by speaking out against the open division.
Speaking out against a lot of things here, because honestly, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that are not happy with the way things are right now in this state, and it's I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome here again to the Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz here and everything. And with that said, I appreciate everybody doing being here tonight and everything. With that said, and again, it is fun to be here with y'all. And boy, Chris, how you doing, my man?
I've been busy.
Oh, absolutely here. And with everything said here, we'll get to the Blitz Lines here in a moment. If you got a comment, got a thing you want to drop in the chat, just drop it there in the chat. If you're watching us on X, if you want to comment, what you got to do is you got to actually go into the video itself and then comment that way, because for some reason, if you comment just on the post itself, it won't let you for some strange reason. So, but anything, we are rolling here. And with that said here, let's get into the Blitz Lines here and kind of go back and look at what we, what did we discover here from week number 8. And as they said, a moment of silence for Naples dropping to South Fort Myers. Well, guys, that was the first topic of business here. South Fort Myers coming away with a big win, and that's after, by the way, a weather delay. And you gotta think here, Chris, with everything here as we go rolling into this. It's this really like it's crazy to think that Naples. Oh man.
Yeah, that put a dent in their in their playoffs.
And as Baylor said here in this situation here, it says a moment of silence for Naples. Naples dropping to South Fort Myers, and yes, for our picks, it was. So, boy, yeah, it really is one of those things here. Coach Molina, how you doing? Good to see you on here, and boy, yeah.
I hear you.
Say what?
I hear Emmy on the Roaches thing.
Oh gosh, yeah. Emery talking about homophobia. No, thank you. Nope, no, thank you. I can't do it either, Emery. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Emery. I am so with you on that one here. Sefner Christian and Out of Door. I mean, that one was interesting there, but in the end, Out of Door flexed a muscle there in the SSAA matchup, and they win 19-7. It was a close one, but again, Out of Door Academy looking pretty good in the SSA 11-man division right now as we roll through here with looking back at the Blitz Lines here from week number 7 here, and then Riverdale at Fort Myers. Riverdale took care of business there on that one here. And where is my what's going on here? Why am I okay? There we go. I'm about to say, where's my find function? And all of a sudden it just went disappearing on me. 44-21 to final. Riverdale beats Fort Myers, and the Raiders have a big one this week at home against Cape Coral. We're going to talk about that one here as well coming up here in a moment here. And this one, that's another one I think, we talked about it. I feel like Cape Coral's strength of schedule is going to catch up to them this week here, Chris.
Oh yeah, and the wall is coming pretty fast.
And Riverdale's no joke, people. They're no joke. But as we roll along here, Port Charlotte Dunbar. Woo-dee. Oh man, that was no contest there. Port Charlotte 44, Dunbar 12. So I think it's pretty clear. I think, Emery, that Port Charlotte will win the district here at this point. And they got the Peace River rivalry is coming up this week. Port Charlotte and Charlotte. There you go. Emery, and we're not going to talk about that on the show because we don't try to get into controversial stuff, and I don't want to be one, not in that kind of sense because of the nature of the situation. I don't want to kind of get into that here. I did see it. It's interesting what happened there at Cape Coral with the changing of the guard during
sensitive topic. Yeah, sensitive topic.
And it's not one we tried to stay away from the controversial topics in that kind of situation, just because there's a lot more there. The controversial topic we get into is dealing with FHA rankings and stuff that the FHA does, because that impacts more what's going on with teams across the state versus just one particular team in this situation. So, but anyways, looking at another one, Riverview, Sarasota, Riverview, and Venice. And Chris, 2 of y'all took Riverview, and who was the one that took Venice?
You did.
Yeah. I felt like the computer there was a chance that this was going to be one of those games where Venice was out to prove everybody wrong, and sure enough, Venice did prove everybody wrong, and they came on hot and they came on everything, and it was just it's really one of those things. So round of applause to for Venice there. But,
so we still can't figure Venice out. So that's another thing.
No, absolutely here, and as we roll along here, and looking at this here, looking at the last game that we had, Lakewood and Cardinal Mooney. Congratulations to me and you, Chris. Not so much to Reno on that one. Lakewood met the match of Cardinal Mooney here, and Cardinal Mooney rolls 35-12 in that one, and solidifies Cardinal Mooney most likely will win that district. Tarpon Springs is totally down this year, so don't expect Tarpon to do anything against Cardinal Mooney unless it's like something of epic proportions happens.
Like Tarpon Springs getting a whole bunch of transfers at one time to the All-Stars, but I digress.
Yeah, I digress here. We'll talk about how we did in the ring, how we did in our picks here coming up here after we do after the pick six. But coming up here on our interview tonight is head coach Ben Hammer from the Lely Trojans, who are sitting at 5-2 here on the season here, and we'll have we're going to have that in the mix here in the terms of our week 9 pick 6 here coming up here as well. Here we'll talk about them because they're going to be in the mix. They hosting Naples this week in the Coconut. Yes, I did get a haircut. Yesterday. I believe it's I know Baylor. I think Baylor's on here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is is that the Coconut Bowl? I want to say. I think it's. I know it's got a name. Maybe maybe my brain is not not even catching it right this second because I know the rivalry has it. Yeah, the Coconut Bowl should have been game of the week. It's CCC. I'll tell you what, it's in the mix. It's in the pick six this week for these games here. It's I'll say this. There's several games. I wouldn't say it's the mix. Yeah. Man. But we're gonna talk to Coach Hammer, and of course, yes. We'll talk about the Coconut Bowl as well coming up here. Did a coconut
maybe good to drink?
Yeah. Anyways, we'll take a break here and we'll come back here and we'll have Coach Ben Hammer on here for the interview here on the Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz here on FloorHSFootball.com.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, it's a great chance that I can do it. First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
The game is growing.
All right, welcome back here to the Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz here as we come back on here. Oh, had a little problem there. They're coming off. There we go. All right, there we are. We're waiting for, there we go. We got Coach coming on here in just a moment here. I see him in the screen as we do this here. And all right, now joining us is the head coach of the Lely Trojans, head coach Ben Hammer. Coach, appreciate you joining us here on the show. And the dog. I'm a dog person. I like dogs. I also got kitty cats. So hey, got that. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you having me. We've got 2 golden retrievers.
Golden retrievers. Ooh, I like that. All right, Coach. As we get rolling here with everything here and all that is going that. Coach, talk about your team here so far. 5-2. You got the Coconut Bowl coming up this week against one of the big rivals in Collier County against Naples. But just talk about this team here as y'all have progressed through the season. What have you learned about your guys so far? Through 7 games, and as y'all prepare for another postseason run.
We've got great kids. They work really hard. They're dedicated to each other. But I think the best thing about this year's team is they love playing football. They love competing at practice. They love the games. They love everything about it. We talk a lot about the difference between football players and kids who play football. You need both. At the high school level, you're always going to have both. But we've got a bunch of football players this year that really enjoy the game, and so they're fun to coach.
No, absolutely here. And, it really boils down to, and that, let's talk about the Coconut Bowl. Obviously, this is a big rivalry game. It's Lely last won this one in 2009. But, how do you get the guys prepared considering, for this game and considering that, when you look at it, let's just be quite honest. Naples is kind of walking in here, maybe a little bit of a wounded dog in some aspects because they're not having the season that we're usually used to having because they're having some struggles.
So in terms of preparation, we're not ever going to leave any stone unturned. Our staff and our kids, we prepare the same way every single week. We talk about every game being the Super Bowl, but as in terms of having the kids energized, having the kids ready to go, ready to compete, ready to prepare and practice and watch film and all the things. Games like the Coconut Bowl are games that you live for. If you got to get excited for that one, you might want to check your pulse because I think you're dead.
Oh yes, I mean yes, absolutely. Here, all right, Chris, I'll let you have all this here.
So you look at the regional playoff picture. You got Cypress Lake, and you got the Miami schools there. 95% chance you'll have to play across the glades there to get to Miami, especially with Key West also in the picture as well. Your travel situation, you didn't have to travel too much in this off season, in the regular season. How you guys gonna do that in how that translates to the postseason?
So we have played a bunch of home games this year, which has been a blessing. But like I talked about with the first question, we've got a lot of kids that love the game this year. So we can meet in the field and play in a parking lot, play at home, play away, or play out in the middle of the ocean. Our kids are going to be excited for the opportunity.
No, absolutely. Here, and Coach, let's talk about some of your guys here. Brady Quinn, he's having himself a season so far here. 21 touchdowns against only 6 interceptions, over 1,600 yards passing already, and not just 7 games. And I mean, with 3 games left, it's not too hard to see that he could pass 2,000 passing yards here in the regular season.
Yeah, Brady's done a great job running our offense. We're up tempo, move as fast as we can. Our offensive coordinator Tim Thornton does a great job. Brady is extremely talented. He also doesn't do it alone, though. He's got his offensive line and some really good receivers and a good tight end. But yeah, he does a great job of taking care of our offense and making sure the ball goes to the places that it's supposed to.
And let's talk about Nino Joseph. I mean, he's having a year as well. I mean, over 1,200 all-purpose yards. A lot of that's on the ground in terms of rushing yards, and 13 touchdowns, over 1,100 yards rushing. So, I mean, just talk about what he brings too, because as we are seeing here, y'all play a balanced approach on terms of offense.
Yeah, Nino's a great kid as well. Hard worker, dedicated to the game, tough. His year ended short last year. He was, I believe, top 3 for sure, but I'm not a big stats guy, but he was a leading rusher in the state when in this game last year. He first play of the game, scored a touchdown, and then I think his 3rd carry after that, he broke his collarbone, but he's healthy and he's ready to go and done a great job. And the same as I said for Brady, right? Our offensive line does a tremendous job, and receivers do a great job of keeping guys out of the box, and our balanced attack really allows all of our offensive skill players to have success.
No, absolutely. Here, and let's talk about the defensive side. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. Obviously, 7 interceptions, pretty good there so far through 7 games. Probably not as many sacks as you probably would like on defense. What have you seen with the defense here in terms of maybe in terms of that side getting to the ball, getting to the quarterbacks?
So first, when you guys post this and our kids listen to it, the defensive line is going to agree with you and be mad at me. Unfortunately, on Saturday evenings and Sunday mornings, I'm who does our stats, so I don't know that they're incredibly accurate all the time. Our defensive line does a great job. They've been dominant all year. I would argue with anybody that Noah Brown's the best defensive lineman in Southwest Florida, regardless of stars or recruiting and all of those things. But our defensive backs have done a great job too. They were kind of looked at by many. We're proud of them, obviously, but looked at by many as the weak point of our defense last year. It was 3 sophomores and a junior. Those guys have gotten a year older, a year stronger. They're really playing at a high level.
No, absolutely here. And, when you look at this district here, I mean, I've been getting some information from coaches here over the last few days, but I know looking at this, the district, what aspect of the district? I mean, obviously you got wins against Barron Collier, Auburn Rogers, you got Bonita Springs to take care of as well. But when you talk about everything, what is it with the district, that y'all have had to learn this year in terms of the teams?
We approach, like I said, every single game the same way in terms of preparation. Every game is a Super Bowl. We don't talk about the district a lot. We are proud of the kids winning the district championship back-to-back. That's a feat that's only been accomplished one other time in the history of the school at Lely. But that being said, like winning the district was the expectation going into the year. We didn't talk a whole lot about we have to win these games. It was just that's what was going to happen, and that speaks to the culture and how much our kids have bought in and how far they've been able to come in a short time.
No, absolutely here. And with that said, but Coach, I this is a question that we've also thrown out here over the course of our interviews here this season here. How have y'all approached the adversity to weather? Because I know weather is no stranger to people down in Southwest Florida. I mean, luckily this year, knock on wood, we have not had to deal with the tropical aspect of Mother Nature. But how have y'all handled this, especially with the heat and stuff, with the wet bulb stuff? How have y'all handled this? Because I know a lot of teams have faced a lot of adversity this year in terms of when it comes to practicing and for games.
Yeah, it's been a challenge. Our kids have done a great job. When it's too hot, we go in the gym or come back at night or make whatever plan that we need to make. There's been times where we've shared the gym, and on the other side was the band or volleyball, and had to rotate meetings and been really creative with our practice schedules. So, but it has been difficult.
No, absolutely here.
So you mentioned the weather. Talk about what do you have the realignment coming up here? What is your preference with the realignment, and what approach do you think should be taken across the state?
So in terms of realignment, you mean going back to the metro versus suburban, or keeping it the way it is?
Or even changing something a whole completely different, because there's a lot of different opinions out there, and I know it just seems like maybe right now it's a lot of people I've heard from a lot of coaches, they don't like what we got right now.
Yeah. So the part that I don't like, I would love to see a straight seeded tournament, whether it's 1 through 32 or two sides of 1 through 16, allowing you to kind of play some other people. Earlier you asked me about the region and probably being the 3 seed and having to go east. As far back as I can look with the playoffs, with the exception of when it was the metro and the suburban, Lely has always had to go east to the city of Miami, which it is what it is. You got to beat everybody to win a state championship anyways. But it would be nice to see different teams and travel to different places and let the kids experience different things. I do understand that comes at a price to the school districts, but I think that would be a great experience for the kids.
No, absolutely here. And is there anything else that what is the, I guess what out of your entire coaching career, what has been like, your biggest accomplishment so far? I mean, being able to do what you're doing.
I think the best answer to that question.
Oh, we lost Coach there we lost Coach. Let's see if we get Coach back. We lost Coach Sutton there. Hold on. Let's see. I'll bring that out for right now until we get Coach back on the screen. There's a good chance that he may have had a phone call come in and it's not.
Yeah.
So let's see if we get Coach back here in a moment here. We'll see if he's there. We've lost him there, but let's just see. But anyways, right now, as we said, the Coconut Bowl is this week, and that's a huge game. And again, this might be the best chance for Lely to win this game here this year, just because given the fact of everything that we've got going on, Naples sitting there at 5-2-1, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We've got Coach back now. There we are. Yeah, we lost you there for a second there, Coach, on answering that question. Maybe you might want to kind of go back on that answer there. Can you hear us, Coach? Oh, Coach, we lost Coach there.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like
let's see if we get Coach back here.
Okay.
Let's see his entrance. Oh, there we go,
I'm not
Coach.
sure what happened, but I lost you guys.
Yeah, we lost you too as well. So maybe we'll go back on that answer real quick. What was the question? It was on the question that Chris had there.
Yeah, my favorite memory.
I had the question. Yeah, I was like, what has been like your biggest accomplishment so far as a coach?
So for me, winning great games is great. Winning district championships or conference championships is great. Winning a state title, I'm sure, is fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's about helping kids, specifically adolescent young men or boys grow up to be men, and they come back and are part of your program or want to coach with you or coach and give back, and they're married and have families or have jobs and pay their bills and are really being successful in life. I think that's the most rewarding thing.
No, absolutely, Coach. And with that said, I mean, again, y'all got the Coconut Bowl. That's going to be at home this weekend. I mean, tell fans how they can to be able to check this game out. What are y'all doing this week for the game?
So the biggest thing is come out to Lely High School, to Trojan Stadium at 7:30 on Friday. We're asking everybody to wear orange for autism or for leukemia awareness. Sorry. And we would love to see everybody out there. If not, it'll be live streamed on NFHS.
No, absolutely here, and that'll be exciting to watch here as we will get closer and closer towards the end of the season here. And we definitely appreciate you being able to take a few minutes of your time here. And best of luck to your Trojans this week against Naples.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, you're welcome. Appreciate it. No, you're welcome. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much. Boy, a lot here to digest here, Chris, as we get into week number 9. It's hard to believe we're already at week number 9 with this.
Yeah. And it's interesting how he's got an opinion on the Metro Suburban class too, and there's a lot of different opinions on what to do, and none of them seem to be a favorite right now.
No, I think you're not going to make everybody happy, but something has to give here at some point in terms of what the classifications are like and how everything is going to be handled here, because something just has to. It really boils down to what are we going to do here? Because if something's not done here, it's only going to get worse for the coaches and for the teams.
Yeah. You look at the something's going on. I don't know what's going. I keep hearing things, but the Lely, they're a good team to watch this year. So we'll see how they end up in that playoff. They're pretty much going to be the only team in that district to make the playoff. So we'll see.
No, absolutely. And as I'm looking at it here, my Baylor just answered. Yep, they still run Coach Kramer's offense, which is the run split black veer, which is not something you see often in high school football these days. But it's pretty impressive what Naples has done. But right now it's Naples has had their struggles, and you lose to South Fort Myers. That takes a hit there in terms of what you might be able to do like going on later on. It's the UFOs.
Oh Lord, I don't know. I have no idea.
They're coming in for the landing.
I think it's spread off somewhere. I don't know.
All right, as we roll along here, we're going to take another break here, and we'll be back here in just a couple minutes here for our Pick 6. Yes, indeed. All right, stay tuned here on the Blitz Southwest Florida edition. We'll be right back here in just a couple minutes.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, it's a great chance that I can do it. First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
The game is growing, and it's her time.
All right, welcome back here to the Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz here on FloorHSFootball.com here as we get ready to do what is one of our favorite times of the show here, which, I mean, I like all parts of the show, but this seems to be the most fun of them all, and that is, yes, indeed, it is. It's time for the Pick Six as we roll into it here. All right, rapid fire, Chris, on this one here. Where do we go with Carrollwood Day 6-0 at Community School CSN, as they say it better down there, 5-1 here on this one here with Carrollwood Day, a 16-point favorite and a 92% win probability.
I like Carrollwood Day right now. They're too good right now. Much better program right now. I think they're one of the favorites in the area, so give me Carrollwood Day.
Yeah, I like Carrollwood Day. I like what CSN has done, but Carrollwood Day is just a much better team here in this situation here as we put Carrollwood Day as our pick. Reno is going Carrollwood Day. By the way, you were 4-2 last week. Reno 3-3. I was 5-1, and I do have it overall what our totals are so far after 8 weeks across the entire 8 shows. You're 266, 139, 65%, 0.7 correct. Reno's 253, 148, 63.1%. And I am 279, 125, 69.1% correct. And as we see, Carrollwood Day is up on the pickings here this week for everybody in the chat here. Next game up is Port Charlotte 6-1, Charlotte 4-3. This is the Peace River rivalry here, and Port Charlotte is looking like a clear favorite in this one once again.
Yeah, no contest really. It's going to be Port Charlotte all the way.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Port Charlotte. I'm rolling with the Pirates here, and this one, unfortunately, this could be the game that breaks Charlotte and puts them outside of looking in for the playoffs, but we're not sure as they sit here holding onto a thread for that 8 seed in 5A Region 3. Here we go. The Coconut Bowl. It is Naples 5-2-1. Lely 5-2. Lely a 3-point favorite over the Golden Eagles, giving the Trojans a 62% chance on the win probability.
I like Lely, but I'm going to go against the green. I'm going to say Naples is going to win this thing.
Yeah, but I think you're going out to the island on your own because I am going Lely, and so is Reno. And that's where we're going to put the picks at here. All right, up next, we'll determine a big district up, I believe, 7A9. It is Leonard 7-0, Parish Community 6-1. Leonard is a 14-point favorite over the host Bulls. It is a battle of the beef, basically. Bulls versus the Longhorns. Yeah, it is a battle. It is a beef battle here. Leonard, 89% chance on the win probability.
Yeah, give me Leonard right now. Leonard dropped in on a roll all season long. I don't see any reason for that to not continue.
I see Leonard as well, and I think that will set up next week's showdown with Palmetto, I believe. Palmetto 6A. They're in that district with them. It'll set up that showdown as well. But Leonard looking on a good track here, sitting there at 7-0, looking like they could go to 8-0 this week. And everybody's saying Longhorns, Leonard all day here. All right, as we roll into it, our next game is CCC at Venice. CCC is a 28-point favorite, but boy, after seeing Venice being the underdog last week, but CCC is a little different than Riverview. CCC is definitely, in my opinion, played a much tougher schedule than what Riverview has. It's, again, Venice has just been here, there. So The
Yeah.
question is where do we go with this one?
I like CCC in this one. Not going to be. It's going to be closer than that indicates, but I don't see Venice being that much of a threat.
I think this is going to be a good game. It's going to be a closer game. I'm going to take CC in this one. This one's kind of harder for me to take Venice on this one, just because I feel like this is that situation. So give me the Marauders, and but I will go under on the points on that one. And last but not least is Cape Coral 8-0 versus Riverdale 6-1. Riverdale is a 12-point favorite. Riverdale 86% chance of winning this one.
I like what Cape Coral's done. They've done a perfect record. I bet Riverdale's going to take that win loss from Cape Coral and put it to an end.
Yeah, I think Cape Coral's going to end up getting their first loss this week, and I'm going Riverdale as well on terms of the points here. I think Riverdale will win probably more like about between 17 to 20 on this one, just because I feel like Cape Coral's schedule has just been not as strong. But Reno is going out to Reno Island and taking Cape Coral, so there is that. That is our pick six for week number 9. Wow, here we go. Again, last week Chris was 4-2. I was 5-1. Reno 3-3. And yes, I'm tracking every week in our pick six book, and so far, Chris is not too far away from me.
I'm within tracking distance.
Reno's a little further back over on Reno Island. Well, that is it there on the pick six. Any final thoughts, Chris, as we wrap this up?
Yeah, interesting week. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks as district play starts winding down.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz coming up here. We had an interview scheduled, but Alan Solodzinski, who we're going to have on for that one, we'll talk more about that one, what happened there in just a few minutes here, coming up here at 8:15. We'll be back here in just a few minutes here on FloorHSFootball.com and the FloorHSFootball.com social media networks. Thanks, everybody, for watching this Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz. Thank you.